You know you're pretending. You know the face you wear in meetings isn't yours. You know the voice you use when you answer emails has been practiced, softened, made acceptable. You've built an entire performance around the idea that if you just keep moving, keep responding, keep agreeing, no one will notice how empty the script has become. But you notice. Every single day you notice. The exhaustion isn't from the work itself. It's from maintaining the lie. It's from spending 8, 10, 12 hours being someone you're not, saying things you don't mean, nodding at ideas you don't respect, all while pretending this is sustainable. You think you're being professional. You think you're being mature. But underneath the polished exterior, something is collapsing. Something is running out. You've convinced yourself that later is real. That once you finish this project, once you get that promotion, once things calm down, you'll finally be honest. You'll finally say what you mean. You'll finally stop performing. But later never arrives. It just keeps retreating, day after day, year after year, while the real you, the one buried under all the pretense, grows quieter, smaller, more distant. And the worst part, you're not even frenzied anymore. You're not passionate. You're not alive with urgency or purpose. You're just going through the motions, apathetic efficiency, numb productivity, a body that shows up, a mind that checks boxes, and a soul that stopped participating years ago. This is what it looks like when you've traded authenticity for approval and discovered that approval doesn't fill anything. You will die. Maybe in 40 years, maybe in 4. And when that moment comes, you won't remember the emails you sent or the meetings you survived. You'll remember the moments you were real, the moments you stopped pretending, the moments you actually lived. But how many of those moments exist right now? How many days have you actually lived instead of just endured? Marcus Aurelius wrote those words almost 2,000 years ago, sitting in a military tent on the edge of the Roman Empire, leading armies, governing millions, carrying the weight of an entire civilization on his shoulders. He didn't write them from a place of leisure. He wrote them from a place of relentless pressure. And yet, even then, he understood something most people spend their entire lives avoiding, that the quality of your life isn't determined by how much you accomplish, but by how honestly you live each day. He wasn't talking about productivity. He wasn't talking about achievement. He was talking about character, about living without frenzy, without the desperate scrambling that comes from believing you're running out of time, without apathy, without the numb resignation that comes from believing nothing matters anymore, and without pretense, without the exhausting performance that comes from believing you need to be someone other than who you are. This is the perfection of character, not moral perfection, not flawless behavior, but the perfection that comes from alignment, from living in a way where your actions match your values, where your words match your thoughts, where your exterior matches your interior. It's the kind of perfection that has nothing to do with being impressive and everything to do with being true. But you don't live that way. Most people don't. Instead, you live in a constant state of deferral. You tell yourself you'll be honest once you feel safe. You'll be calm once things settle down. You'll be authentic once you've secured your position. Once you've proven yourself, once you've earned the right to stop performing, but that moment never comes. Because the habit of pretense doesn't disappear with success. It deepens. It calcifies. it becomes who you are. And so you spend your days in a kind of fractured existence. Part of you shows up to work. Part of you stays hidden. Part of you speaks. Part of you stays silent. And the gap between those parts, between who you are and who you pretend to be, grows wider every single day, until you can't remember which version is real anymore, until you've spent so long being acceptable that you've forgotten how to be actual. The pressure of this fracture doesn't announce itself. It doesn't arrive as a crisis. It arrives as a kind of low-grade exhaustion that never lifts, as a sense that you're always performing, always monitoring, always adjusting, as a feeling that you're living slightly outside your own life, watching it happen from a distance, never fully present, never fully engaged. You think this is just what adulthood feels like. You think this is maturity, but it's not. It's self-betrayal, and it's costing you everything. You've built an entire identity around being dependable, being professional, being the person who doesn't cause problems. And maybe that's earned you respect. Maybe that's earned you promotions. But what has it cost you internally? How much of yourself have you buried to maintain that image? How many true thoughts have you swallowed? How many real feelings have you suppressed? How many moments of potential honesty have you let pass because you were too afraid of what honesty might cost? The Stoics understood something that modern life constantly obscures, that the longest life in the world is worthless if it's lived dishonestly. That you can spend 80 years on this planet and never actually live a single day. That the real danger isn't death, it's spending your entire existence pretending to be someone you're not, and then running out of time to correct it. The office is empty now. Everyone left hours ago. The fluorescent lights hum in that low, persistent way that becomes unbearable once you notice it. The kind of sound that disappears during the day when the space is full of voices and movement, but resurfaces at night, filling the silence with a mechanical drone that feels almost sentient. The cleaning crew came and went. The elevators stopped running their usual rhythm. The only light comes from the exit signs at the far end of the hallway, casting everything in a dim, greenish glow that makes the space feel less like an office and more like a waiting room. For what, exactly, no one can say. Caleb sits at his desk, not working, not packing up, just sitting. His computer screen has gone dark. His phone sits face down on the surface. The papers in front of him, reports, contracts, memos, things that seemed urgent 6 hours ago now look like relics from someone else's life. He doesn't remember making the decision to stay. He just didn't leave when everyone else did. And now the building has that hollow quality that only comes after hours, when the machinery of productivity shuts down and the space reveals itself for what it actually is. Rows of identical desks, walls of glass that reflect nothing, a sterile grid designed for efficiency, not for living. He can hear the ventilation system, the faint tick of the clock on the wall, the barely perceptible creak of the building settling. Sounds that don't mean anything, but that somehow feel accusatory in the silence, as if the space itself is asking him a question he's not ready to answer. The day was fine, productive even. He responded to emails, attended meetings, contributed when expected, stayed quiet when appropriate. He performed his role with the same competence he's performed it with for years. And yet, sitting here now, he can't remember a single moment from the day that felt real. Not one conversation that mattered. Not one decision that reflected anything he actually believed. Just hours of managed behavior. Hours of saying the right thing, nodding at the right time, laughing when expected, agreeing when required. Hours of being the version of himself that this place demands. And the strangest part, the part he's only now beginning to admit, is that he doesn't know if the real version even exists anymore. He spent so long adjusting, moderating, performing, that he can't distinguish between the mask and the face underneath, between the voice he uses here and the voice he uses anywhere else, because there is no anywhere else. This is the voice now. This is the face. The performance has become the person. He looks at the glass walls separating the cubicles. During the day, they're functional, practical. They create divisions without creating privacy. They allow supervision without isolation. But at night, they just reflect. Endless repetitions of the same empty space, the same furniture, the same fluorescent glow. He can see himself in the glass, fractured across multiple surfaces, and none of the reflections look quite right. None of them look like someone who's living honestly. They all look like someone who's waiting for permission to exist. There's a moment, just a moment, where he considers leaving. Getting up, walking out, going home, pretending this night never happened. But something keeps him in the chair. Not obligation, not unfinished work. Something heavier than that. The growing realization that leaving this building won't change anything. That he'll wake up tomorrow and come back and perform the same script. That the problem isn't the office. The problem is that he's spent so long being acceptable that he's forgotten how to be actual. And no amount of going home will fix that. The air feels dense, not hot, not cold, just thick. Like the atmosphere has weight. Like the space is pressing down on him, demanding something he doesn't know how to give. Honesty, maybe clarity, some kind of reckoning with the fact that he's been living at half capacity for so long that full capacity doesn't even seem possible anymore. He's efficient, he's dependable, he's professional, and he's completely, utterly empty. He thinks about the version of himself he used to imagine 10 years ago, 15, the person he thought he'd become. Not someone impressive, not someone extraordinary, just someone who meant what they said. Someone who didn't spend every interaction calculating, adjusting, performing. Someone who could sit in a room and be fully present, fully honest, fully themselves. That version feels impossibly distant now. Not because it was unrealistic, but because he spent a decade building habits that make it impossible. And now, sitting here in the hollow silence of an empty office, he realizes something that makes his chest tighten, that he's running out of time to become that person. Not because death is imminent, but because every day he continues living this way, the gap between who he is and who he could be grows wider. Every day he defers honesty, pretense becomes more permanent. Every day he prioritizes appearance over authenticity. The real version of himself becomes more inaccessible. He's not dying, but he's not living either. He's just managing, maintaining, surviving. Caleb leans back in the chair. The leather creaks. The sound echoes slightly in the empty space. He looks up at the ceiling tiles, white, uniform, perfectly aligned, and feels a kind of pressure building inside him that has nothing to do with stress and everything to do with recognition. The recognition that this moment right now is his life, not a preparation for his life, not a detour on the way to his real life. This is it, these hours, these days, these years of measured speech and calculated behavior and careful, endless pretense. And if he dies tomorrow, if his heart stops tonight, if he never makes it home, if this is the last conscious moment he has, what will he have actually lived? What moment in the last 10 years was real enough to matter? What conversation was honest enough to remember? He scrolls through the mental archive and finds almost nothing, just scenes of performance, just years of saying what was expected, doing what was required, being who they needed him to be. The building settles again. A low creak somewhere in the walls. The ventilation shifts. The exit sign flickers once, then steadies. Caleb doesn't move. He just sits there, feeling the weight of all the accumulated pretense pressing down on him, and realizes that Marcus Aurelius wasn't giving advice. He was issuing a warning that you can spend your entire life preparing to be honest, preparing to be calm, preparing to be real and die before you ever start. The problem isn't that Caleb doesn't know what honesty looks like. He knows. He's known for years. The problem is that honesty has consequences, and he's built an entire life around avoiding those consequences. Every time he sits in a meeting and nods along with a decision he disagrees with, he tells himself it's strategic. Every time he laughs at a joke that isn't funny, he tells himself it's professional courtesy. Every time he softens his language, moderates his opinion, adjusts his tone to match the room, he tells himself it's maturity. But it's not maturity. It's fear dressed up as wisdom. It's the belief that if he just keeps everyone comfortable, if he just keeps the peace, if he just never causes friction, then eventually he'll earn the right to be himself. But that moment never comes, because the habit of pretense doesn't reward you with permission. It rewards you with more pretense. You become so good at being acceptable that being actual starts to feel like a threat. He thinks about a conversation from earlier today. A colleague, someone he's worked with for 3 years, asked him what he thought about a new project. A simple question. A moment that should have been easy. And Caleb gave the answer he knew the colleague wanted to hear. Not the answer he believed. Not even an answer that reflected his actual assessment of the project. Just the answer that would keep things smooth. The answer that wouldn't create tension. The answer that allowed him to remain invisible. And the colleague smiled, thanked him, walked away satisfied. And Caleb sat there feeling a kind of disgust with himself that he couldn't quite name. Not because the lie was massive, not because the stakes were high, but because the lie was so automatic, so effortless, so deeply embedded in his behavior that he didn't even consider telling the truth. The performance was so refined that it didn't require thought anymore. It was just who he had become. The Stoics had a word for this, prosopon, the mask, the role you play in public. They understood that every person wears one, that social life requires some degree of performance. But they also understood the danger, that if you wear the mask long enough, it fuses to your face. You stop being able to remove it. You stop being able to distinguish between the role and the person underneath. And eventually there is no person underneath, just the role, just the mask, just the endless, exhausting performance. Caleb stands, not because he's decided to leave, not because he has somewhere to be, just because sitting still has become unbearable. He walks to the window. The city spreads out below him, thousands of lit windows, thousands of people inside their own versions of this same moment, all of them performing their own versions of this same script, all of them deferring honesty until some future moment that will never arrive, all of them believing that once they're secure enough, successful enough, respected enough, they'll finally be able to stop pretending. But security doesn't grant you honesty. Success doesn't grant you authenticity. Respect doesn't grant you the right to be real. Those things just raise the stakes. They just make the cost of honesty feel higher. Because now you have something to lose. Now you have a reputation to protect. Now you have an image to maintain. And so the pretense doesn't decrease with achievement. It intensifies. It becomes more sophisticated, more invisible, more permanent. He presses his palm against the glass. It's cold. The city lights blur slightly. He can see his reflection overlaid on the cityscape, a ghost version of himself, transparent, insubstantial. And for the first time in years, he asks himself the question he's been avoiding. What would happen if I stopped pretending? Not gradually, not strategically, not when it's safe, but now, tomorrow, in the next meeting, in the next conversation. What would happen if I just said what I actually think? The answer arrives immediately, and it's not comforting. People would be uncomfortable. Some would be offended. Some would distance themselves. Some would question his judgment, his professionalism, his fitness for his role. The carefully constructed image he spent years building would crack. The relationships he's maintained through careful agreement would fracture. The version of himself that people rely on, the agreeable one, the easy one, the one who doesn't cause problems, would disappear. And then what? Then who would he be? The thought creates a kind of vertigo, because he's spent so long being the acceptable version that he doesn't know if the real version is even viable anymore. He doesn't know if he can survive without the mask. He doesn't know if the person underneath is strong enough, clear enough, valuable enough to exist without the performance protecting him. The office feels different now. Not physically. The lights haven't changed. The temperature hasn't shifted, but something in the atmosphere has intensified, as if the space is no longer neutral, as if it's responding to his presence, to his thoughts, to the realization that's building inside him. The fluorescent hum seems louder. The reflections in the glass seem sharper. The distance between desks seems more deliberate, more isolating. Caleb walks between the cubicles. Empty chairs, dark computer screens. Coffee mugs left behind. Jackets draped over chair backs. The residue of other people's performances. He wonders if they feel it too. If they go home at night and lie awake wondering who they actually are underneath the professional veneer. If they recognize the exhaustion that comes from living in constant adjustment mode. Or if they've worn the mask so long that they don't even notice it anymore. If they've integrated the performance so completely that they believe it's them. He stops at a desk that isn't his. There's a photo in a frame of family, smiling, vacation, somewhere warm. He doesn't know whose desk this is, doesn't recognize the faces in the photo. But he knows the story, knows that whoever sits here probably talks about this family with warmth and pride, probably posts pictures on social media, probably refers to them as their greatest joy, their reason for everything. And maybe that's even true. Maybe that's the one place where the mask comes off. The one relationship where honesty is still possible. Or maybe the mask is there too. Maybe the performance extends into every relationship. Maybe there's a work self, a family self, a friend self, a social media self, and none of them are quite real. Maybe the fragmentation is so complete that there's no core self left. Just a collection of roles adapted to different audiences, none of them true, all of them exhausting. The Stoics called this living in accordance with nature. Not nature as in trees and rivers. Nature as in your essential character, your daimon. The part of you that exists before socialization, before fear, before the learned habit of pretense. They believe that most human suffering comes from living in contradiction to this essential self, from saying yes when you mean no, from smiling when you're angry, from agreeing when you disagree, from spending your entire life being someone you're not. And the cost of that contradiction isn't just emotional, it's physiological. Caleb can feel it in his body, the tightness in his chest, the tension in his jaw, the constant low-grade alertness that comes from monitoring every word, every expression, every reaction. His body knows something his mind keeps denying, that this way of living is unsustainable, that you can't spend decades in a state of constant self-suppression without something breaking. He thinks about his health, not catastrophically, not with panic, but with a kind of grim recognition. The headaches that have become routine, the sleep that never quite restores him, the energy that never quite returns, the sense that his body is running on fumes, held together by willpower and coffee, and the sheer determination not to let anyone see that he's struggling. He's 37 years old. He should be in his prime. Instead, he feels like he's already declining, already wearing out, not because he's working too hard, but because he's lying too much. Because that's what pretense is. It's a lie. Not a dramatic lie, not a criminal lie, but a constant, grinding, daily lie that you tell with your face, your voice, your posture, your words. A lie that says, I'm fine. I agree. This is who I am. I'm not struggling. I don't have doubts. I don't have needs you can't meet. I'm exactly who you think I am. And that lie, that relentless, invisible lie, requires an enormous amount of energy to maintain. Energy that could be going toward actually living, toward creating, toward connecting, toward becoming someone real. Caleb walks back to his desk. He doesn't sit. He just stands there looking at the stacks of paper, the notes in his handwriting, the evidence of a day spent doing things that don't matter to him, and he feels something shift. Not a dramatic shift, not a revelation, just a quiet, undeniable recognition that he can't keep doing this. Not because it's morally wrong, not because someone told him to stop, but because it's killing him, slowly, invisibly. But certainly there's a story the Stoics like to tell, about a man who spent his whole life preparing to live, who spent decades accumulating wealth, status, respect, security, who told himself that once he had enough, once he was safe enough, once everything was stable, then he would finally start living the way he wanted to. Then he would be honest. Then he would be real. Then he would stop performing and start existing. And then he died. Before he ever started, before he ever became the person he was preparing to become. The story isn't meant to be tragic. It's meant to be instructive. Because the man in the story isn't an exception. He's the rule. Most people live this way. Most people spend their entire lives waiting for permission to be themselves, waiting for the right moment, the right circumstances, the right level of security, and they die waiting. They die in the middle of the preparation. They die before the real life ever begins. Caleb understands this now, not intellectually. He's understood it intellectually for years, but viscerally, in his body, in his bones, in the tightness of his chest and the exhaustion in his limbs and the hollow feeling that sits in his stomach every single night. He understands that there is no later. There is no safe moment. There is no perfect time when honesty will suddenly become easy. There is only now, only this moment, only this choice to continue pretending or to stop. And the strange thing, the thing that makes his hand shake slightly as he stands there in the empty office, is that he doesn't know how to stop. The habit is so deep. The performance is so automatic. He's spent so many years moderating, adjusting, calculating, that he doesn't know what unmoderated speech sounds like anymore. He doesn't know what he actually thinks about most things. He's spent so long figuring out what other people want to hear that he's lost access to what he wants to say. This is the real danger of pretense. Not that it's morally compromising, not that it's socially destructive, but that it's self-erasing, that every time you defer to someone else's expectations, you lose a little bit of yourself. Every time you say what's acceptable instead of what's true, your own voice gets quieter. Every time you prioritize being liked over being honest, the real you becomes more distant, more inaccessible, more theoretical. And eventually you reach a point where you don't know if the real you even exists anymore, where you can't tell the difference between who you are and who you've been pretending to be, where the performance has become so complete, so seamless, so integrated into your identity that removing it feels like removing yourself, where being honest doesn't feel like liberation. It feels like annihilation. Caleb sits down. The chair creaks. The sound echoes. He stares at the dark computer screen. His reflection stares back at him, dim, distorted, barely visible in the black glass. And he realizes something that makes his throat tighten, that he's afraid, not of other people's reactions, not of losing his job or his reputation or his relationships. He's afraid of himself, of who he might be without the mask, of what might be left if he strips away all the performance and pretense and careful, calculated behavior. What if there's nothing there? What if the real him is so atrophied, so buried, so neglected that it can't be recovered? What if he's spent so long being acceptable that actual is no longer an option? What if the person he was supposed to become died years ago, suffocated under the weight of all the people he pretended to be? The fear is real, but underneath the fear is something else, something quieter, something that sounds almost like relief. Because the truth is, he's exhausted. He's tired of monitoring every word, tired of adjusting every expression, tired of living in constant calculation mode, tired of being someone he's not. And even if honesty costs him everything, even if it costs him his job, his relationships, his entire carefully constructed life, at least it would be real. At least he would know who he actually is. At least he would die having lived instead of having just performed. Block 3. The thing about pretense is that it doesn't announce its cost up front. It doesn't present itself as a choice between authenticity and survival. It presents itself as a small compromise, a reasonable adjustment, a mature decision to keep the peace, maintain professionalism, avoid unnecessary conflict, and each individual compromise seems harmless, seems smart even, seems like the kind of thing wise people do to navigate a complex world. But compromises accumulate, and what starts as a strategic adjustment becomes a pattern, and what starts as a pattern becomes a habit, and what starts as a habit becomes your personality, until one day you wake up and realize that the person you've become is made entirely of compromises, that there's no core left, no solid ground, no place where you can stand and say, "This is me. This is what I actually believe. This is the line I won't cross." Caleb knows this now, not as theory, not as philosophy, but as lived reality. He spent 15 years making small adjustments, softening his language, moderating his opinions, agreeing when he disagreed, smiling when he was angry, staying quiet when he wanted to speak, and each individual moment seemed insignificant. Each compromise seemed justified, but the cumulative effect has been catastrophic. He's erased himself, not dramatically, not visibly, but thoroughly, completely, until sitting here in this empty office, he can't remember the last time he said something he actually meant. The air feels heavier now. The fluorescent lights seem dimmer. Or maybe his eyes are adjusting. Maybe he's finally seeing the space for what it actually is. Not an office, not a workplace, but a stage. A set designed for performance. Every desk positioned for visibility. Every glass wall ensuring transparency. Every open floor plan eliminating privacy. This isn't a space designed for authentic work. It's a space designed for surveillance, for monitoring, for ensuring that everyone stays visible, stays accountable, stays performing. And he's been performing here for so long that he doesn't know how to stop. Even now, alone, with no audience, he can feel himself adjusting, monitoring his posture, controlling his expression, as if someone might be watching, as if the cameras are still running, as if the performance has become so automatic that it doesn't require an audience anymore. It just runs on its own, perpetually, exhaustingly, pointlessly. He stands again, walks to the break room. The coffee maker is off. The refrigerator hums. There's a whiteboard on the wall with someone's half-erased notes from a meeting weeks ago. Goals, metrics, targets, the language of productivity, the vocabulary of performance. He stares at the words and feels nothing. No motivation, no resistance. Just a kind of hollow recognition that none of this matters. That these goals, these metrics, these targets, they're all part of the same performance. The same endless attempt to measure, quantify, optimize a life that's already been optimized into meaninglessness. Marcus Aurelius wrote about this, about the difference between activity and purpose, about how you can spend your entire life being busy without ever being useful, being productive without ever being purposeful. He watched men scramble for status, fight for promotions, obsess over their reputations, all while missing the only thing that actually mattered, whether they were living in accordance with their nature, whether their actions aligned with their values, whether their external life matched their internal truth. And the answer, for most people, was no. Most people lived in contradiction. Most people spent their days doing things they didn't believe in, saying things they didn't mean, becoming people they didn't respect, not because they were evil, not because they were weak, but because they were afraid of judgment, afraid of rejection, afraid of losing the security they'd worked so hard to build, afraid that if they stopped pretending, they'd be left with nothing. But Marcus understood something that takes most people a lifetime to learn, that the fear of losing your constructed life is nothing compared to the reality of never having a real one. That you can spend 80 years protecting an image and die having never existed. That the safest life in the world is worthless if it's not actually yours. Caleb returns to his desk. He sits. He opens his laptop. The screen glows in the darkness. His email inbox loads 127 unread messages. Most of them irrelevant, some of them urgent, all of them demanding a response, demanding engagement, demanding that he continue participating in the machinery of performance. He scrolls through the subject lines, requests, updates, meetings, feedback, the endless circulation of information that feels important but isn't. That creates the illusion of progress without any actual movement. He could respond to them now, could work through the night, could prove his dedication, his commitment, his value, could send carefully worded replies that say exactly what each person wants to hear, could maintain the performance even here, even now, even alone. But something in him refuses. Not dramatically, not with anger or rebellion, just with a quiet, definitive no. Because he's starting to understand something that changes everything, that the performance isn't protecting him, it's imprisoning him. That every carefully crafted email, every strategic response, every moderated opinion is just another bar in the cage he's built around himself. And the cage isn't keeping others out. It's keeping him in. It's preventing him from ever being real, from ever being known, from ever connecting with another human being in a way that actually matters. There's a concept in Stoic philosophy called oikeasis. It's difficult to translate. It means something like appropriation or familiarization, but at its core, it's about recognizing what actually belongs to you, what's genuinely yours versus what's been imposed from outside. The Stoics believed that most people spend their lives pursuing things that don't actually belong to them: status, reputation, approval, security, while neglecting the only thing that does: their character, their essential self, their capacity for honesty, courage, justice, wisdom. And the tragedy isn't that people fail to achieve those external things. The tragedy is that they succeed. They get the status, they get the approval, they get the security, and then they realize it's hollow, that it doesn't fill anything, that they've spent decades pursuing something that wasn't even real, while the one thing that was real, their own authentic existence, has been neglected, buried, forgotten. Caleb looks at his hands. They're shaking slightly, not from fear, from something else. Recognition, maybe, or release. The recognition that he's been living someone else's life, that the goals he's been pursuing weren't his goals, that the person he's been trying to become wasn't who he actually wanted to be, that somewhere along the way he confused acceptance with authenticity. He thought if he could just get people to approve of him, he'd finally approve of himself. But it doesn't work that way, because the version of him that people approve of isn't him. It's a performance. It's a carefully constructed fiction designed to minimize conflict and maximize comfort. And no amount of external validation can make a fiction feel real. No amount of approval can make a mask feel like a face. He's been chasing something impossible, the hope that if he just performs well enough, long enough, convincingly enough, the performance will eventually become true. But performances don't become true. They just become more polished, more sophisticated, more exhausting. The building settles again. The ventilation system cycles. The exit sign flickers. Caleb closes his laptop. He doesn't shut it down. He just closes it. A small gesture, but it feels significant, like a refusal, like the first time in years he said no without justifying it, without explaining it, without moderating it into something acceptable. He thinks about tomorrow, about walking into this office in the morning, about sitting through meetings, about responding to emails, about participating in the same conversations with the same people, using the same carefully modulated voice. And for the first time, he can't imagine doing it. Not because he's decided to quit, not because he has a plan, but because something inside him has shifted. Some internal structure that was holding the performance together has cracked, and he doesn't know if he can put it back together. Maybe that's terrifying. Maybe it should be. But sitting here in the quiet darkness of an empty office, it doesn't feel terrifying. It feels like relief. Like the exhaustion of years of pretense is finally being acknowledged. Like the mask is finally being recognized as a mask. And even if removing it costs everything, even if it means starting over, losing everything he's built, becoming someone people don't recognize, at least it would be real. At least he would know who he actually is. The Stoics had a practice they called memento mori, remember death, not as morbid obsession, not as pessimistic nihilism, but as clarifying perspective, as a way of cutting through all the noise, all the performance, all the pretense, and asking the only question that actually matters. How do you want to live? Not how do you want to appear, not how do you want to be perceived, but how do you actually want to live? What kind of person do you want to be? What would a life of integrity look like? What would it feel like to say what you mean what you say, and align your actions with your values? And once you ask that question, once you really ask it, not as a philosophical exercise, but as a practical reality, everything else becomes noise. The approval you've been chasing becomes irrelevant. The status you've been pursuing becomes meaningless. The security you've been protecting becomes a prison, because you realize that the only security that matters is internal. The only approval that counts is your own. The only status worth having is the knowledge that you're living in a way that reflects who you actually are. Caleb stands. He walks to the window one last time. The city is still there, still lit, still full of people performing their own versions of this same struggle, and he feels something for them. Not pity, not judgment, but recognition. They're all doing the same thing, all pretending, adjusting, moderating, performing, all believing that if they just keep the mask on long enough it will become real, all deferring authenticity until some future moment that will never arrive. But it doesn't have to be that way. The mask can come off. Not easily, not comfortably, not without cost, but it can come off. The performance can stop, the pretense can end, and what's underneath, messy, imperfect, uncertain as it might be, can finally be allowed to exist. He leaves the office, not dramatically, not with a grand gesture or a final statement. He just walks out through the rows of empty desks, past the dark conference rooms, past the glass walls that reflect nothing but shadows now. He takes the elevator down, the doors close. The building hums around him, and in that small, contained space, descending through floors of empty offices, he feels something he hasn't felt in years. Present, actually here, actually alive. Not because he's made some dramatic decision, not because he's quit his job or burned his bridges or thrown his life into chaos, but because he's finally stopped pretending, even if just for this moment, even if just in this elevator. He's stopped adjusting his face, moderating his thoughts, calculating his next move. He's just here, breathing, existing, being whoever he actually is underneath all the performance. The elevator reaches the ground floor. The doors open. The lobby is empty except for a security guard at the desk who glances up, nods, returns to his phone. Caleb walks through the glass doors into the night. The air is cool. The street is quiet. A few cars pass. A few people walk by. Faces lit by their phones, lost in their own performances, their own pretenses, their own carefully managed lives. And Caleb realizes something that makes him stop walking, that this is the perfection Marcus Aurelius was talking about. Not moral perfection, not flawless behavior, but the perfection that comes from alignment, from living without frenzy, without the desperate scrambling that comes from believing you need to be someone you're not, without apathy, without the numb resignation that comes from giving up on authenticity entirely, and without pretense, without the exhausting performance that drains the life from every interaction. This is what it looks like to live each day as if it were your last. Not with panic, not with recklessness, but with honesty, with clarity, with the understanding that your time is limited, and that spending it pretending to be someone you're not is the greatest waste imaginable. That dying is inevitable, but dying without ever having lived, dying without ever having been real, been honest, been yourself, is a tragedy you can actually prevent. He starts walking again. He doesn't know where he's going, doesn't have a plan, doesn't have answers, but he has something he hasn't had in years, a sense that the person walking through this city at night, breathing this air, thinking these thoughts is actually him, not a performance of him, not a carefully constructed version designed for acceptance. Just him, messy, uncertain, imperfect, real, and that's enough. That's more than enough. That's everything. The path forward isn't about grand transformations. It's not about quitting your job, abandoning your life, becoming someone completely different. It's about small, consistent choices, to be honest, to say what you actually think, to express what you actually feel, to stop moderating every word, adjusting every expression, calculating every interaction. It's about living in a way where your exterior matches your interior, where your words match your thoughts, where your actions align with your values. It's terrifying. It will cost you relationships. It will create conflict. It will make some people uncomfortable, but it will also make you real. It will give you access to your own life. It will allow you to finally exist instead of just performing. And when death comes, when that final moment arrives, you won't be left wondering who you actually were. You'll know, because you'll have lived it, honestly, fully, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense. The Stoics didn't promise that living this way would be easy. They promised it would be worth it, that the difficulty of honesty is nothing compared to the agony of pretense, that the temporary discomfort of authenticity is nothing compared to the permanent exhaustion of performance, that one day of real living is worth more than a lifetime of carefully managed appearances. Caleb walks through the empty streets. The city breathes around him, and for the first time in years he breathes with it, not because he's fixed everything, not because he has it all figured out, but because he's finally stopped pretending he does. And in that small, quiet admission, that honest acknowledgement of uncertainty, of imperfection, of being human, he finds something that approval never gave him: peace. Not the peace of having everything under control, but the peace of finally being real. This is the work. Not once, not as a single moment of clarity, but daily, hourly, in every meeting, every conversation, every interaction. The work of choosing honesty over acceptance. The work of choosing authenticity over approval. The work of removing the mask, even when keeping it on would be easier, safer, more comfortable. The work of living as if each day were your last, not with recklessness, but with integrity, not with panic, but with presence, not with pretense, but with truth. The city continues, the night deepens, and somewhere in the space between buildings, between street lights, between the performance of the day and the possibility of tomorrow, there's a moment where everything becomes clear, that you don't need permission to be yourself. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need safety or security or guaranteed approval. You just need to decide to stop waiting, to stop deferring, to stop pretending that there will be a better moment, a safer time, a more convenient opportunity to finally start living honestly, because that moment is now. It's always now, and it will never be any other time than now. Walk forward. Speak honestly. Feel completely. Be present in the only life you actually have. Let the mask fall. Let the performance end. Let the real you, imperfect, uncertain, but actual, finally exist. This is the perfection of character. Not flawlessness, but wholeness. Not performance, but presence. Not pretense, but truth. And it begins the moment you decide it begins. The office will still be there tomorrow. The masks will still be waiting, but so will the quiet moments where truth becomes possible. There are other stories like this one, other silences, other descents into the parts of yourself you've been too busy to notice, not because you need them, but because they're already happening inside you, whether you watch them or not. If this felt familiar, if something here reflected something true, then perhaps the next one will too. Not as obligation, just as invitation. The next story is there when you're ready,